Hello and welcome to On The Bench LFC. What a day it has been of refreshing. If you're anything like me, you would have been sitting there swipe, swipe, swipe on your phone over the Nabil Fekir stuff. But we have had some good news today. The King, Kenny, gets knighted. The real question is, can a king be knighted? For anyone that doesn't know, Kenny Dalglish, to become a knight, wow, long overdue. I want to know what you lot make of this. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know the history to do with Liverpool, Hillsborough, Kenny Dalglish. If you don't, if you are someone that is very young, I believe you should look into it. All right. For me personally, this man, there is no one that is more deserving of the Knight award, to be knighted. There is no other way of putting it. Kenny Dalglish is a hero to many people. I absolutely love him. I'm over the moon that this has come. So many people were saying that he would just laugh at this and turn it away. There's a little interview out there already. This is brilliant news. This is absolutely brilliantly. Look, the kilted straight away. Absolutely 100%. It states, Sam, my fingers are hurting pressing the refresh. Yes, so are mine, and my neck. But yes, getting back to Kenny Dalglish, seriously, I 100% urge anyone that doesn't know the history of Kenny Dalglish and Hillsborough to watch the Kenny Dalglish film. I can't think exactly what the title is off the top of my head, but watch anything history related with Liverpool and look at what the families went through firstly, and then what Kenny Dalglish went through, what everyone went through. But Kenny Dalglish deserves this. He deserves a lot more than this, all right? I'm fully made up for him, and I believe a lot of the Liverpool supporters are exactly the same as me, okay? This was a really good announcement tonight. I know everyone was waiting for the Fekir stuff, but for me, forget about Fekir for a minute. That's an amazing announcement tonight on its own, okay? As always, if you're not watching it live, leave a comment down below. An appreciation for Kenny Dalglish right now. I believe that is the biggest update that I wanted to give you guys on this video. But we will get into the other stuff. All right. But yeah, massive shout out to Kenny Dalglish. Spam the spam the live chat, spam the comments. Kenny Dalglish, he's our hero. He's our legend. He is the king. He's not just a knight. He's the king, isn't he? I literally can't give you, as you know, enough nice words about him. It brought a tear to my eye watching the latest film about Kenny Dalglish. It really did. And I believe that anyone that watched that movie and it didn't bring a tear to their eye, I'm not saying that everyone gets emotional over stuff, but I don't normally get too emotional over things. But Hillsborough and stuff, you know, it's very, very sad, like we all know, don't we? So yeah, and Kenny was absolutely amazing, and still to this day still does a lot for those families, and you know, for Liverpool in general. He's a god to people. He's a god. He's not just a knight, he's not just a king, he is a god. Right, anyway, some updates for you guys. I could talk this whole live stream about Kenny Dalglish. I really could. Right, a lot of you guys are going to want to know about Nabil Fekir because of what's gone on today. I will speak about that in 2 seconds. But firstly, Liverpool kind of trolled everyone, didn't they? Everyone was refreshing and they was waiting for a Liverpool announcement about Fekir. And then they announced Emre Can and Flanagan have both left Liverpool Football Club due to their contracts being expired or expiring. So there you go. Emre Can's officially left, and so has Flanagan. So that is 1 or 2 of your updates right there. Right, let me get into the latest with this Nabil Fekir stuff, because we was all expecting you know, an update today. We was all expecting an announcement from Liverpool Football Club. And there's a couple of ways that you need to look at this. A few people are trying to say that because of the Kenny Dalglish stuff, you know, that announcement tonight that Liverpool held off. A few people are still suggesting that there could be an announcement tonight about Nabil Fekir. If you want my honest opinion on it, I believe that if we was going to get an announcement with Nabil Fekir, that it would have happened already. All right. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to tell you guys, yeah, wait up until 11, 12 o'clock tonight. I believe that we might hear some more. I want to hear more from the trusted Liverpool journalists, because I do believe that there's been a few things go on here suggesting that things have been done or a little bit further than what they may have been. But here is why, guys. Right, so I've got the Liverpool Echo up in front of me. And the Liverpool Echo did put out later tonight that the 24-year-old underwent a medical in Paris after the club medical staff flew out on Thursday following a breakthrough in negotiations. So that we was told this anyway. We was told about medical going through, and there was apparently some concerns due to a knee injury or a concern over a knee. But then after a second opinion or something, those concerns were put to rest. That's what we was told. That's what we were going off today. And at the medical had been completed. The Echo goes on and says the Echo understands the second opinion was sought on a knee issue, but those fears were eased, meaning the path has been cleared for the midfielder to potentially become the club's second most expensive signing after Virgil van Dijk. It is also understood the deal will not be announced officially on Friday, despite nearing completion. So, you know, I say to you guys that we need to look a lot about wording with this. I'm going to just point out to you lot that I will be refreshing like I have been all day, just to make sure that we don't miss any announcements live on this stream, just in case. But yes, they are suggesting that the deal, they say it is understood the deal will not be announced officially on Friday despite nearing completion. So I'm very intrigued by this. Despite nearing completion, so it's not completed. They are suggesting here, the Liverpool Echo, and let me just get to this point. Hold on 2 seconds. Let me get up here. Everyone's saying, you know, James Pearce is this guy. They're saying this. Let me just scroll up here. Just trying to confirm this a little bit more here. Yeah, by James Pearce and Christian Walsh. That's what these guys are saying here. That they believe it's not going to be officially announced today, but it's interesting the despite nearing completion here, because with all the trusted journalists saying, you know, the medical's done, it's the deals, you know, you've got Paul Joyce saying yesterday, and we're all going off Paul Joyce saying about the price. There's other stuff to talk about here, because people started messaging me earlier today saying Lyon obviously coming out and saying what they did. Now I've got something to talk about with this, guys. All right, thank you for joining me in the live stream. I will get to your comments as always in a minute, but I need to do my updates first for those that don't have a lot of time. The Lyon tweet denying reports could be due to being a publicly listed company and the stock market. This means Lyon are obliged to ensure that any information that could affect their share price must not be released until it is officially announced. So Lyon basically tweeting out that. It could just be because of that. It could just be because they're a publicly listed company, and it may sway their stock, their value in the stock market. People started touching on this earlier. I saw this. I was aware of this before. People had said to me about this, saying, could this be why Lyon are coming out and saying what they're saying? I didn't know too much about it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not anyone that knows a lot about stock markets and stuff, but I'm pretty sure that if you lose your captain, you lose a big player, money going into the club, money coming out of the club, or whatever, that is going to have an effect on it. So yes, that does make sense. But at the same time, with the Liverpool journalists all putting their names to this, saying that the deal looked all but done, and then the medical happening, I was pretty adamant that this deal was, you know, nailed on. And I'm still, you know, my eggs are in the basket. That Fekir, this is happening. But for anyone that's asking me over this, when do I think it will be announced and stuff, I told you guys, I am going off the Liverpool journalists. I'm going off what I'm seeing, the same as you guys. I'm the messenger kind of to a lot of you. The one thing that I can do for you lot is break down the ball. BS. I'm not gonna. I'll try not to swear because of the youngsters. Yes, you will get a lot of the Twitter in the nose and a lot of the in the nose trying to twist things and say things like they know they've made a phone call, whatever. It's definitely happening here. It will definitely be announced there. The one thing that I would always say to you guys is go with what the Liverpool journalists are saying, but I didn't like that, we went with what they were saying, and then for the Liverpool Echo to come out and say that, and then their wording on it to say about the deal being close. I'm waiting till later tonight to see some updates from them, because we know that it could go up until about half midnight tonight. I will keep an eye on it for you guys. The best place to get the updates from me later tonight is literally just follow me on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, I'll retweet it. Or if you want to do the digging yourself, wait to see what the trusted journalists have to say later tonight. That's what I'm doing. But your updates for me so far is Leon tweeting what they did earlier today is probably due to that stock market stuff. I believe that. I believe that could have an effect on it. The reports that people are saying that Fekir may not have been announced due to Kenny with the knighthood being announced tonight. I'm not too sure about that. That's obviously a big deal, but for me, again, Liverpool Echo is saying that the deal is near complete. It's like everything comes out and then it backtracks. So if you want my honest opinion on it, I still feel like there must be something left to finish. The medical's been done. It looks like that's been completed. But yeah, they must be talking about some other stuff here. Your man Joyce talks rubbish, says Michael Dunn. Joyce is the most trusted Liverpool journalist. But yes, over this, Michael, the fact that he come out and said that, I mean, I'm confused as well, guys. I really am. Paul Joyce is inconsistent, says Blackwell Gaming. He is the most trusted Liverpool journalist. Honestly, normally when he speaks and says things, it's normally true. And guys, as well, don't get me wrong on this. I am just a messenger, but in the same case, it was not just Paul Joyce on this. It was all the Liverpool journalists started coming out. You got Melissa Reddy and stuff as well. They was all kind of leading us all to this. I mean, they've all gone dark over it. I think they're all probably going to start saying a bit more tonight. And again, we don't know that, this could be announced tomorrow or whatever, but for me, if I'm not looking at the camera, it's because I'm refreshing to make sure that I don't see it. Spectra's saying I believe it's confirmed tomorrow. Will it be confirmed tomorrow? People that are asking my opinion on it, I told you before, I'm not in the know or anything. I don't know anyone, but it's very difficult, this transfer. It really is. The only thing that I can tell you guys is don't believe anyone that's saying I'm following a plane, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Don't believe that sort of stuff. Don't believe anyone that's saying, oh yeah, we believe that it's going to be announced tomorrow, because let's face it, if anything can point you in the right direction at the moment, it's no one really does know when this is going to be announced, because they've kind of backtracked yet again today, and it's annoyed me. I've left this live stream till later on today hoping that Nabil Fekir would be announced today. I've spent all my day not doing anything. I've literally sat here with my fingers on the live stream ready to go for you lot. I had everything in place. I've given up a whole day expecting it because I trusted that this would be announced. So, I'm in the same boat as you guys, but it looks like we don't have the paddles at the moment, is what I believe. Harry saying, starting to think he will be announced after the World Cup, sadly. I don't think it's going to go that far, Harry. I see other people saying they think it's going to be announced after the World Cup. I genuinely don't think it's going to be after the World Cup. But that's just my opinions again. But, for me, it's when is it going to happen, guys? When is it going to happen? This Nabil Fekir stuff is been up and down like a yo-yo. It really has. Spectra says, don't worry, Daz, it will be confirmed tomorrow or next couple of days. Yes. It just needs to hurry up. It really does. Nick says 48.4 million, 52 with bonuses. Sir Kenny Royston, exactly. Obviously, for those of you that have just joined in, that was my first update, was about Sir Kenny. And the real question is, how can a king be knighted? I love that. I saw people putting that on Twitter and stuff, and I thought that is the best question I think I've seen in a long time. Ferno says, hey Daz. Hello, Ferno. What are you lot making of this stuff today? What are you guys making of the Liverpool journalists all saying about this, all leading us to believe that it looked like it was going to be announced today? I mean, was anyone... I think the wording, I never saw anything none of them said it's going to officially be announced today. I think it was all very cleverly worded, but you know, a lot of people saying it's believed that it will be announced today. Medicals happened, all this stuff, and then, you know, people like me, people like other YouTubers, other people that have got followings that they update people. We've all gone, okay, this is the trusted Liverpool journalist. We're run with this. Hopefully it happens. I'm a Liverpool supporter as well. So we've said to you guys, you know, and like I say, I've literally spent the whole of my day waiting to update you guys, hoping that it will be breaking news and we've got this, but it just hasn't happened today. So Mark Lewis says it's still not confirmed. Exactly. It doesn't matter. It's surely going to be done. It is going to be done. The fact that the medicals, they're all saying the medical's done. Everything suggests that the medical's been done. But it just feels to me like it's just creeping all the time. It's just creeping. Stop creeping. Just announce the bloody thing. I'm so sick of not seeing Fekir in an official Liverpool top. We're seeing all these fake Liverpool tops on Fekir. I want to see a legit picture of him in Liverpool. We saw that picture today of, is it real? You know, the leaked video apparently of Fekir. Who knows? But I wanted to update you guys. Like I say, for anyone that's just joined, I've already discussed about the Leon tweet denying it. I've discussed, about the stock market, the reasoning for that. So we've done all that side of it. I've spoke a lot about that. I spoke about Kenny Dalglish, spoke about Emre Can and Flanagan have officially left the club due to their things. Gab says, why do we have to stress about it? Keep calm, says Gab. Let me just make sure. Oh, by the way, there's an update here as well, guys, because even though it's not the majority of everyone, there's a lot of you guys that still do message me about centre-backs and saying that we should have gone for Johnny Evans. Leicester have signed Johnny Evans from West Brom, I believe, on a 3-year deal. That was 3.5 million. So yeah, those of you that keep saying to me about Liverpool should get Johnny Evans, Leicester have signed him. Okay, so that's an update for you guys as well. Jack Mack is in a house. Legend. Is Jackie in, is he? At long last for Kenny. Yes, Jack. Hello, my friend. Everyone, Jack Mack's in the building. Another Liverpool YouTuber that I absolutely love. He's an absolute legend. Yeah, it's been too long, hasn't it, Jack? It has been too long, mate. Absolute madness. Jack, are you on Skype, mate? Are you on Skype? If you're on Skype, add me up on Skype and get yourself on a Skype call right now. Get a phone in, get on the channel so that my subscribers get to hear what you've got to say on all this. Just check Twitter and some journalists are saying the announcement was delayed to not take attention away from Sir Kenny Scott. Yeah, that is what people were saying earlier. I'm waiting to see. One sec. Okay, Jack, mate. Okay, okie dokie. Yeah, that's what people were starting to say earlier. And, I can see that. But at the same time, it was Liverpool Echo's wording with this. It was the wording. I believe we're going to get a special guest for you on the channel. Absolutely love it. Yes, it was the wording that really annoyed me. Was that they said near complete when so many people was running with the fact that that would make sense as kilted. It would make sense. It really would, because let's face it, Kenny Dalglish deserves that respect. For me, so anyway, I saw a few people say they shouldn't delay it for that. For me, doesn't matter, does it? For me, I think Kenny Dalglish deserves that respect. I'm happy to wait for Fekir to be announced tomorrow. Kenny Dalglish, that announcement today was great news for me. It's long overdue. Yes, Jack Mack is coming. Two legends, Jack and Daz. Yes, exactly, Jack and Daz. Hold on 2 seconds, guys. Let me see if I can get Jack in the building. Here we go. I've accepted him. Good old Jack. Right. Let me sort this out for you lot that's in the live stream. Give me a call, Jack, when you're ready, mate. I'll let you get sorted out. Do, 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 do. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. Another Liverpool YouTuber coming on the channel. We'll get his views for you guys live. Here we go. Hello, my friend. You right?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. All good?
Yeah, all good. Right, hold on 2 seconds. Let me just make sure everyone's sound. Can everyone hear Jack all right on the live stream? There you go.
Doing all right. That's the absolute legend. Thanks very much, mate, for letting me come on.
You're welcome,
you need to come
mate.
on my channel.
Yeah, we do it. We do it. We will do it. Right. Firstly, Jack, the King being knighted.
King.
What's your views, mate?
I'm absolutely buzzing, mate. As you started off the show, mate. As both of us have been saying, it should have been done a lot sooner, really. But for a man that is Kenny, I think we hope from all the interviews we've seen. I've never had the pleasure of meeting Kenny, but him and his wife, all the charity work that they do off the pitch, especially obviously when he's not being manager of Liverpool Football Club, it is absolutely fantastic. You should probably all watch the interview, if not, go and watch it later. But you can just see from his smile on the face, the Scottish legend. He's very much a humble man, is Kenny, and it's fully deserved. Him and Sir Alex Ferguson, he's in that category. Two of the biggest legends of the English game. Anyway, but for what he's done for the football club, and for what a lot of subscribers, they're not my age, they're obviously a lot older, they grew up watching him. I've grew up with my dad just telling me stories, the trophies he's won, and obviously I love, from obviously when he took his second stint in charge. Remember, I love, it was a couple of years ago when he had Suarez and the touchline incident with Arsene Wenger, and he just told him to F off. I absolutely love that. That's one of my highlights of just from my age group anyway. But yeah, you made up, mate.
Seriously, I saw that. Like I say, all day it's been refreshed.
Oh yeah, I see.
Over obviously Fekir, and then that video. I can't believe that's got so many bloody views and that. But all day I've been trying to refresh, and then I saw that, and I was like, do you know what? If we don't announce Fekir today, that is just made my day anyway, seeing that.
Your Twitter's on fire, mate.
It's madness, mate. Absolute madness. It was just a silly idea. I was like, sod it, everyone's going to be doing this. We just do a video and put it out.
Mate. It was boss. Deserves all the retweets and likes. If you after the live stream, go and check Daz's Twitter out. Go and retweet it and like it anyway. It's absolute quality.
Thank you very much, mate.
But yeah, mate, this Fekir news, as you've been speaking to all your subscribers, it's annoying, isn't it? It's really annoying because obviously just before I joined your live stream, I think we're talking about Joycey. Joycey is usually the man in the know, isn't he, in terms of the transfers, and I hope it's not fell through, but not an official. All of us, every single one of us, are left in limbo, really. But if this, hopefully, it does get announced tomorrow, but. It's just annoying.
Well, you're in a similar sort of boat as me. You've got people that you update all the time on your channel,
like you and everyone. We get messages off our subscribers, which we all love anyway. But if we were in the negotiations, we'd tell you straight away, everyone. But it's annoying. But we understand, especially I love it, but. What
do you reckon, Jack? I think me and you should literally pack our bags, take a day trip, go and pick Fekir up ourselves.
A lovely trip. Jack Mack and On The Bench LFC going tour in Paris. Didier Deschamps eating snails and all that, and having some baguettes and bread and that. So
we do it. And we vlog the whole thing. We just do the whole thing.
Do you know a bit of French? I don't know. All I know is bonjour.
I know bonjour, but that's about it as well. So we'll pretty much be stuffed.
Don't do a Joey Barton and go over with a. We've already had enough Scousers trying to speak Scouse over there. So. With this Fekir stuff, for me, it's dragged out too long as it is. I mean, like you say, you've got the trusted Liverpool journalists for them to all start to talk about this, there's obviously got to be something
very much going on. Yeah, because they wouldn't put their name to it, they wouldn't put their reputations on it. So I've got every much faith that this is very close to being announced. But this today, do you think they've held off because of the Kilkenny stuff, like some people are saying now tonight? Or do you believe that there's probably just something little that needs to be finished there?
Yeah, I think so, mate. Even if it was the slightest bit, it's the vast amount of money in which these transfers, we're talking about 50 odd million. If one slight detail is wrong, it could scupper the whole deal. So I'd rather them wait. I wish it was like the Fabinho news, mate, where none of us even knew we were linked to Fekir, because it would make our lives a lot more easier. But it would be more lovely. But I very much so, mate, as you mentioned. I think they're just waiting because all the newspapers and all that will come out around about midnight, and they have to like publish all the headlines and that. And I think the headlines tonight and tomorrow morning, when everyone wakes up, it'll be about Kenny Dalglish, and then just to give that a bit of airtime and internet space in terms of that story to get out there. I think tomorrow it should definitely get done, because I don't know if France are playing. You've got one more last friendly. I don't know if you've played it tonight or that.
But they're playing tomorrow, aren't they, against the United States, I think. Yeah,
and as we've seen, he's been smiling. All the French publications and all that I've talked about, he's keeping it cool. And all the Liverpool photographers have probably all done their stuff. It's already preloaded on Liverpool's website, as we have seen in the past. It'll all be up there on the hard drive of obviously the website and all that. So it's just a matter of someone clicking a button and it being announced. But if it is wrong, it's not like me and Daz we do check out our sources, and if the main, I tell you what, if Melissa Eddy, and it's not like all the top people that everyone goes to in terms of transfers, not like the ITKs that are just someone who just love to get a couple of more followings just for the sake of lies. But Melissa Eddy has talked about it in depth. Liverpool Echo, Paul Joyce, James Pearce, they are the key players, and the mouthpieces of really a Liverpool Football Club in terms of incoming transfers and outgoings. But everyone, waiting patiently. I think we were spoilt with the Fabinho news, and we just got to wait and actually hopefully it announces after this video's been released, mate. And then, but if not, everyone, I'm very confident, and we should be that it'll be getting sorted tomorrow.
Yeah, Spectre is saying, Jack Mack, can you say FTM, please? It's one of my old things.
There you go. The special request, there you go with FTM. We've got to keep it family friendly, mate. But I don't know if you.
Yes. What was I going to say on it all? I have to fully agree on it. Like I say, when you've got the trusted journalists and that put in so much into it, and they haven't been talking a lot about Liverpool recently as far as transfers. The Fabinho stuff definitely pointed to the fact that, you know, Liverpool have been very clever recently when it comes to keeping people out of the loop. Even the journalists themselves spoke about that, saying, you know, Liverpool are doing a good job at keeping things quiet. So the fact that they all are talking about this definitely highlighted to me, look, they're not going to put their self on the line. But something else that I was going to bring up, I've got you on the show, so as long as you're right to talk for a bit, mate. Emre Can leaving the club and Flanagan. No one's really fussed about either player going. That's come out today, and everyone was just basically just ignored it. What do you think about that?
That just like popped up. It was like 6 o'clock that come out.
Yeah.
You just don't even have to go on the tweet itself, everyone. I was like, really, Liverpool? Is this the announcement? We didn't want this, so everyone was like, now keep on swiping. Refresh that Twitter feed. But yeah, mate, I love the way he didn't even get his own personal, like, dedicated tweet. Both of them. Obviously, we know what happened with Flanagan over the last 6 months. But the one season that he did have under Kenny, when we come close, and that, like, he was a great servant, but he hasn't really done it at Liverpool Football Club. So all the best to Flano, regardless of what he's done off the pitch. But on the pitch for Liverpool, he give his half half of Liverpool Football Club, and him being a Scouser anyway. But all the best, but he frankly hasn't done it when he's been out on loan. He hasn't really done much because we got Trent and we got Kleiny there to play right back, so he's not going to get in Liverpool's team. And Emre Can, I'm a bit disappointed. I would have expected at least a personal tweet from him, because he does love his selfies on his Instagram. It only takes a second for him to take the time out of his busy schedule, as he bet he has, swanning around in Germany or wherever he is, like just to thank the fans, really. Because he wasn't there on the last day of the season, was he, to really applaud the fans and do a lap of honour. So really, I think he's had his heart set, but I love it because he's not going to get anywhere near that first team if Fekir does come in. I'll tell you what, those lads that got us to the Champions League final, and you got Fabinho, Fekir, and Naby Keita, there's no hope in hell of him getting in that starting lineup. All the best to him, because it's an Italian league. If he does go there, or there's something about him going to City, I don't know what it is. I've got a slight feeling he might go to Manchester City. If he does, then Liverpool, Man City, it should be very entertaining next season. But yeah, all the best to him, mate. I'm gutted that he hasn't signed a contract with Liverpool, because we would have liked to have seen him. But with the players we're bringing in, I think we're in a more stronger position as a football club in terms of the playing staff. And
I agree. I think Fabinho coming in and Naby Keita this year, with regards to if you even forget about Fekir because he's officially not in Liverpool yet, but Fabinho and Keita coming in this year, we are going to be so much stronger with the midfield options. It's
going to be so exciting.
Who do you think is going to have the biggest impact next year out of Fabinho and Keita? Because for me, I've been looking forward to so much Keita coming in that I've kind of got it in my head that Keita would have the biggest impact. But I've spoke to a lot of people recently, and they've been saying, look, we've needed that holding midfielder for so long since Mascherano. So that does make me think that Fabinho might have the biggest impact on us next year. I mean, Keita is a quality player, but that holding midfielder that we've lacked, which one do you reckon is going to change us the most next year?
For me, as you just said then, mate, the CDM position, it's something, obviously, before Lucas got his injury years ago, he was the best player in that position in the league by far. But it's something we've lacked, as you just said then. It's Mascherano, we miss that player, especially the way in which we play. I think it allowed Robinson and Trent to get further up the pitch, because he's a specialist in that position. So obviously the way Liverpool do play, we've all seen it. The two centre-backs split, and then the CDM, either that's Henderson or, I think obviously be Fabinho, they'll drop. But he's a ball-playing CDM as well. He loves to get an eye up. But both of them. But I think it's a whole new midfield if we do bring Fekir in as well. But it's exciting. It's so exciting to start. I just forget about England. I want Liverpool to start playing next week.
Exactly. I think a lot of people are saying that, get Fekir in the door as well. And everyone's like, do you know what? I'm not bothered about the World Cup. All I want to see is pre-season. I want to see the new lads start playing again. We need our fix of Liverpool, don't we, basically? But something that, for me as well, even though we've got these new players in, I guarantee that Fabinho and Naby Keita definitely start. And for me, I can't see Fekir not being a starter as well. But will Jurgen Klopp really go with, say if Fekir does play in that midfield three, will he really start the season with three new midfielders that have never played in the Premier League? Or will he be a bit more tactful and say, look, none of them three have played in the Premier League. Let's, be smart about this. Let's start the season, bed them in a little bit, because for me personally, all them players are quality and we would love to see them start. But at the same time, you want to make sure that they're all going to be ready. Yes. What's your views on that? Would you like to see all three of them start, or be smart? It means if we don't play Henderson, someone's going to be a new captain, aren't they? If we don't start with Henderson, I think it's going to be Virgil van Dijk next season. But we need probably a bedding in period, because the only person out of those three that have potential to sign with Fekir as well, Fabinho, he's built for the Premier League. I think that's something that's going to help him a lot. He's a big physical presence. Reminds me a bit like Patrick Vieira back in the
Arsenal heyday. Something that we lacked is obviously height and physicality in that midfield, but there's a lot of them. But I think we might start with Henderson. I think we might start with him. Obviously, Naby, he's quite a quick player in terms of his positional play and his playing style. I think he'll fit in quite well. I hope he doesn't get as many red cards as he has in the Bundesliga this season. I think there might be a couple of red cards in the Manchester United game or the derby. But
have you seen the clips of people putting like online of like a kid like drop kicking another kid saying Naby Keita's first game of the season and stuff?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if it's 10 minutes in and he just does some mad tackle. Because obviously you have Granit Xhaka, obviously Arsenal. He's famous for getting sent off and his physicality. But if he puts a crunching tackle into, obviously, who could we say for Manchester United, who we dislike the most? Trying to think, who would any Man United player puts a crunching tackle in and he gets sent off, as long as he doesn't hit the lad, but he just leaves his mark. We'll be happy, and we win that match. That'd be most important. But it'll go down. It'll warm our hearts. Because I just love the nastiness. I think that's why everyone took to Mascherano quite a lot, is this nastiness. I think we've missed that. We're too bypassive in midfield. We're too nice sometimes. We were last season. We do need a bit of a nasty streak about us. It's something that Manchester United have had over the years when they were winning league titles. And then Man City have got it, and then Chelsea, most importantly. The nasty football clubs on the pitch, and I think that's something come this new season. Fekir, when that celebration in the Montpellier derby, when he just takes his top off, runs to the away end, and starts a riot.
It's the sheer arrogance of it. It's like, he just does not care, and I love that. I like that Klopp is building a squad. On this channel we spoke a lot about Klopp is building a really good mentality among the players. They're really humble. I like that, but you've got to be honest as well. I do like it when you've got a few players in the team that have got a bit of arrogance about them as well, and you want the odd player that they know they're the nuts at the same time. And it's nice to see that, because when you've got a quality player on your hands, I don't want them to be too over the top and think that they're better than what they are, but at the same time, when they do something really good, I like to see that air of arrogance. Sometimes I like to see them like, I just did something that was sheer world class, and you just see it in their face. You see it when Fekir, in one of the clips of him scoring that blinding free kick, you see it in his face.
Strutting around.
I've seen it with Mo Salah sometimes. People are saying they worry about Mo Salah like getting a bit too big for his boot. I don't see that at all, but when he scores some of his goals and he holds his hands out, I love that, because it's like, look at what I've just done. I love that, It's a lot of people that are in the comments here. Everyone's still talking about Fekir. It's a big topic. People keep saying just leave the Fekir stuff. Are you getting that because of obviously having to update a lot lot it, and because it keeps twisting and changing? We can't help it. The updates come every day. We've got to talk about it.
It's probably, but I can't wait, mate. I think that's the most exciting. We've seen Liverpool play the most exciting football we have in years. Last year, we were 90 minutes away from winning the Champions League final. By no right, we should have been in that final, but we were. Obviously, when the competition grew on and we got further and further and further, we did deserve that. But you did look at that bench and the squad depth. As you've talked about, with some of the incoming transfers, mate, on the channel. We do need to build a team, whether that's bringing Shaqiri on as well. No discredit to Dom Solanke or Danny Ings. You do need quality and real quality to really challenge, because it's about time we give it a go, the league. And I think if you've got players that can come in without having an impact in like losing quality, because I think with Shaqiri, as he's very similar playing style to Mohamed Salah, the way in which he runs at players. Yeah, he might have an attitude problem, but as you talked about Fekir, then mate, is when you get to that high of level, seeing with Cristiano Ronaldo, he's a bit of arrogance about him. But when you're that type of player and on that platform, you need not it's a humble arrogance, if you get me. They know that they're good, and that's their job to score goals. So they're not going to cry if they start scoring goals, are they? So.
No, exactly. It's approaching the 10 o'clock mark. Everyone, I guarantee, is doing that refresh.
Yeah. Everyone get your phones out. If you're in bed, get your phones out. Do the job as well. But for you, mates, whilst we're checking our Twitter, what other players would you like to see come in other positions? If we could get Fekir sorted, like any other positions that we could go for, like centre back, or obviously who's your main goalkeeper you'd like us to go and sign?
I would have loved Oblak, but I think it's unrealistic. I really do.
Yeah.
I think if we could get Alisson over the line, I'd be over the moon with that. I still feel that we could do well in getting another centre back, but I'm not too sure that Klopp sees that position as a main area. I think he looks at Matip and Gomez as cover next year. Not too sure. I don't know about the other areas. I think as long as we got the cover for the front three, I'll be happy. I think if you got Fekir over the line, then I think everything else is a bonus. Then we've got the squad depth we can really push on for next year. I think everyone's doing the same as us right now, refreshing this page.
Hang on. I think I've got my iPhone out as well, everyone. So
have you got any updates? Go on, read out any updates that you see there.
I'm just literally... All I'm getting is a load of Love Island tweets, and you can go away. You should go away. Anyone that watches Love Island.
Have any of you guys got any questions for us in the live chat as well? Put your questions in now, and me and Jack will answer your questions on the fly.
I can't see anything at the minute.
Before we end up packing our bags and going over to France.
You heard it here first. That's going to be the new title of the video. You just see a vlog. You'll see half of a vlogger video on my channel and then one on Daz's. And then we'll actually find him and we'll start talking French to him and be like, all right,
there you go. Jason says, where will Fekir play? So go on, mate. Where do you think he'll play when he comes in?
It depends. Like, as you mentioned before, mate, it depends the formation. If Jürgen decides to go with his Borussia Dortmund formation in terms of a 4-2-3-1 or the 4-3-3 in which we've seen, and he could play the front attacking mid position, or obviously he's going to play in the position of midfield, but it depends if Jürgen goes with two sitting CDMs, whether that's Henderson or Fabinho, and in front of that you've got Fekir. But you've seen this season in Ligue 1, I haven't watched him, but you only have to look at those stats. He's such a creative attacking midfielder. He's going to guarantee goals, and that's another thing that we should be excited about, is the amount of goals we're going to be adding to this team that has already scored over 100 goals, which is madness. But attacking mid position, mate, I think everyone I can see him playing maybe slightly more closer to Bobby Firmino, because I think those two will be having a very good link-up play, because we could possibly even play with 4 or 5 attackers, which Jürgen did do it. Obviously, Dortmund just all-out attack. And if we do score a lot more goals, and if we concede a lot less goals with Fabinho, that'd be very lovely.
As long as we don't concede as many as what we did last year, and we score more because we've added more quality there, we're good to go, aren't we? I think for me, I've said that I see Fekir coming in and playing that role that we saw Ox kind of doing for us, driving at teams. You heard Ox speak in one of his last games that he kind of played in an interview, and he said, I don't even know whether it might have been after the Man City game, but he said Klopp had spoke to him and kind of given him a licence to travel with the ball through midfield, really try and support the strikers, take shots at goal. And I liked that, and I can see Fekir doing that. But something as well that a few people and me have spoke about over the last couple of days is maybe Fekir, if he does end up playing out on wing, maybe you see Mane or Salah end up the striker and Bobby drops to midfield as the attacking midfielder. Because in the last game of the season, Bobby, played off Solanke, and we actually
it was like a diamond, was it?
And playing against a team that sits back trying to counter Liverpool, that formation worked really well. I thought we starved them of that counter against us. So I like
we've seen
that.
Brendan played the diamonds. And I think that's probably what got the best out of, obviously, Suarez, Sterling, and Sturridge, those three. But I think it's possibilities and it's the adaptability in terms of formations. It's great that we've got this. You could call it our plan B, like in terms of changing systems. We're talking about Oxlade as well. The form in which he showed was ridiculous before he got his injury, and it means one person out of that midfield, if it's Ox or Fekir. But it's good that we could possibly leave someone off the bench, on the bench, sorry, and we can bring them on to like really change the game. Because it's madness that we've got about time that we started talking about leaving players that high quality off the starting 11.
Yeah, it is having them game changers available for you. So many games over the last years. We were looking to the bench and going, who do we bring on that is really going to... Joe Cole. Yeah, good old Joe Cole.
Jovanovic Ngog.
My God. But yeah, on a serious note though, you look to the bench and everyone keeps saying, Klopp leaves it so late to make substitutions, but is it because he felt that he didn't have the quality on the bench to be able to really change the game up? It could be down to that. Spectre says Jonathan Tah or Nathan Ake.
I love Nathan Ake when he was at Bournemouth, obviously still is, but Chelsea were a bit naughty with that. I love Nathan Ake. There's been a lot of talk about Lascelles as well in Newcastle, but for me, I wouldn't go near him. If I trust anyone, whoever Klopp brings in, we've got all of our backing, because just look at Andy Robbo, the form in which he showed. All of us, I think every single Liverpool fan was like, whole left back you're bringing in, why are we not bringing in Marcelo from Real Madrid? But like, obviously we'd never get him, but like in that bracket of left back. But Jurgen is the master of turning defenders and centre backs and them into absolute legends. Like look at Hummels and Subotic at Dortmund. He made them into world class. Lovren, I think I love the lad as a person, but as a footballer, he's too prone to mistakes. And going into next season, if we're spending all this money, we can't be like going short-changed at the back and even in goal. It's alright, like spending all this money up front, but if you're not going to spend it at the back, it's going to be exactly the same as we've had this season. Same old Liverpool. Sloppy at the back. We should have really halfway through the season could be like, we need to sign a new goalkeeper in January. That shouldn't be the case, and I'm pretty sure Klopp won't let that happen. And now Mikey Edwards, the absolute legend, the god he is, if he carries on signing these players.
I said if I was 13 again, my room would be smothered in Edwards posters. It wouldn't be female celebrities or whatever. It would be Edwards. I don't care what anyone says. Edwards would be on my wall. I've got to ask you this because Mitchell's asking. Salah goes down injured in a Champions League final. On the bench is Michael Owen, Fowler, Torres and Suarez. Which one do you bring on to replace Salah?
Oof! That's a quality question, mate. My lord,
that is a banging question.
Can we bring them all on and just like kind of pay you away for like Real like to
backhanders?
Just pretend that we're not playing. We've only brought one on. For me, if
they're all in their prime,
Torres.
You'd go with Torres.
Yeah, everyone's probably shouting at the screens now. Suarez or Owen or Fowler. For me personally, I get you who you pick, mate, but Torres was something else. If you had Steven Gerrard playing behind Torres in that team, then all day, every day, Gerrard just ping a ball, bang, and you got a goal. Yeah. As much as I love Suarez, Torres inside the box, you could talk about Fowler. They're all predators in the box.
Yeah,
but
see, I was going to go with Fowler for me. So it's interesting, isn't it? I think the answers to that question will depend on ageing as well. I really do.
Yeah,
I think the younger people will be like Suarez, yourself saying Torres. I mean, a bit older will be Fowler. I'd be very shocked if anyone says Michael Owen, actually, because when I was younger, I used to look at Michael Owen as a striker myself and used to be like, oh my God, I want to be Michael Owen, you know. I mean, now I'm
ridiculous.
Like, dick, you know.
How he is an ambassador is an absolute disgrace.
Don't even go there.
Danny Agger should be an ambassador for the club as well. There's a lot
Daniel
of
Agger should be,
but everyone, who's done that comment, mate. Shout out to that legend.
Mitchell Balzan, he is a legend.
Absolute legend, mate. Everyone, let us know who you would pick. These are probably all shouting at the screen why we picked Torres. But let me know, everyone, get in the comment section below. Let me and Daz know who you. But all of them were absolute ridiculous on the day. Torres, when he got his injury and lost a bit of his pace, but he could just skip past players with ease. All of them could.
Was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them on their day, everyone was like, yes, when they're through on goal, you knew it was pretty much nailed on. It was going to be a goal. All of them could score goals, but I think a lot of people looking back at Michael Owen now are like, oh, hate him. So no one will say Michael Owen for that. But yeah, for me, Fowler was, I don't know whether it's just my age or what. Looking at Fowler, if I had to pick amazing. One, Fowler's a legend. It's got to be Fowler. JT says, how many signings do you think we will make this window?
This window, I think it'll be obviously Fekir, but if this deal weirdly falls through, we are in the market for a midfielder, so obviously another midfielder still to replace Emre Can, even though we have brought in Fabinho. So I think it'll be one midfielder, a goalkeeper. I really do think Liverpool will pursue a goalkeeper and possibly another centre-back, a utility centre-back that could either play left-back, right-back, or obviously centre-back anyway, and another winger, if I'm being greedy. Saying that, sack off the centre-back. Another forward, Shaqiri.
So you're the same as Klopp then. Just give me all attackers.
I've been playing too much fantasy football. It wouldn't win me titles if I keep on conceding goals. So I'm being greedy. I think that's probably what Klopp's like in his boardroom. He's probably like, I want him, get me. Michael Edwards is probably like, go ahead, boss, I'll get him now.
Do you reckon anyone ever sits there and says to Klopp sometimes? Do you reckon if Klopp does go, I want this player, and someone ever sits there and looks at someone else next to him and goes, do you think he knows that there's like not any centre backs or anything on that list? And they're like, we won't say anything to him. Just it's Jurgen Klopp. Just let it go.
Gaffer, calm down. We can't have them. Calm down. That's probably why Buvat ran away. He's probably like, no, can't sign him.
Buvat just like, I can't take this anymore.
I've had about 10 years of this. We didn't sign him at Dortmund, so we're not getting him.
Oh yeah. Right, let's see if we got any other questions. My chat's just jumped massively. Sam saying, who's on the call? It's the one and only Jack Mac LFC.
All right, mate.
Sam, it's Jack. You know of Jack anyway before. Dave says, now Klopp has spent only 225 million discounting Kate at Fabinho because he hasn't even played one game for Liverpool. Mourinho spent 340 million. A lot of people at the moment, what I'm seeing online, Jack, is a lot of people are trying to say, well, a lot of other fans are trying to say Klopp is ridiculous because of his comments about, Man United and that spending their money and then how much he spent. It's shut up. Just shut up about
they're just jealous,
what Liverpool are spending.
They're crawling out the cracks.
Yeah.
As long as Liverpool are getting talked about, that's lovely for us. Let them talk, let them chat, let them be scared. We're coming for you next season, regardless if we don't win the league, but we're going to be giving it a go. We're going to be giving the Carling Cup, Carabao Cup, whatever you call it, the FA Cup, Champions League, another run. As long as the lads come out at the end of the day, I think, I've got the quote, I think this is from Jurgen Klopp. Other clubs can go out and spend more money and collect top players. I want to do it, definitely. I would even do it differently if I could. Spend that money. If I spend money, it is because I'm trying to build a team, a real team. Barcelona did it. You can win championships. You can win titles. But there is a manner in which you want it. So I think that was the quote that you were alluding to, mate. And he's doing it. He's building his team and let other people moan. And Man United, hang on, I think I've got is it on the iPad? Here we go. Love this. This is obviously Beth Victor, or Beth Red, or whatever. Paddy Power, or one of them. Fellaini, Mata, Herrera, Shaw, Rojo, Di Maria, Blind, Depay, Darmian, Schweinsteiger, Schneiderlin, Martial, Bailey, Ibrahimovic, sorry everyone, Mkhitaryan, Pogba, Lindelof, Lukaku, Matic, Fred, Dalot, Manchester United have spent 700 million since their last league title win. So it's not just us that are spending money.
No.
If any. So yeah, apologies if that was a bit too quick, especially a Scouser talking. You probably didn't even understand the word of that, but apologies everyone. You just spent, in plain simple terms, Manchester United have spent a lot of money. So
it's ridiculous. I've got a bit of an update here, guys.
Okay.
Lyon are apparently waiting until the official opening of the transfer window on June the 9th to announce Nabil Fekir's departure, as it would go onto next season's financial accounts. So this kind of popped up earlier. This was popping up earlier, and I didn't know how true this would be. Apparently this is from RMC Sport, so not too sure whether to fully go on this, guys, but you know, that's a bit of an update for you lot. Maybe that will go, maybe that's why Liverpool aren't announcing it, maybe that's why we haven't seen it yet today. But yeah, for anyone that's wanting to know my views on it, it's possible that could be the case. You know what Leon are like, all right? What do you make of that latest update?
Yeah, it was everyone. I don't know if everyone followed the Lacazette story too. Towards Arsenal, I think it was the 24 hours. The Lyon president denied that story in terms of, and he sold in 24 hours. So they have to please their fans, whether it was us selling Coutinho, directors and all that. They're all paid money to say the right thing. They're in a position of power where they're going to say something, and there might be someone behind them saying we're doing X, Y, and Z in terms of transfers, outgoings, and ins as well. Could be dependent on Lyon getting a player in. Obviously, a club's not going to let players go if they haven't got players coming in. So waiting that, because obviously hasn't Ben Arthur they were looking at the last couple of days ago. So it could be in terms of that. But everyone, I think ARMC are usually spot on, mate. And I think it's only a matter of time. It's annoying for us. But obviously, Paul Joyce talked about Michael Edwards being in Paris yesterday all day getting it done. So I highly doubt he'd be telling Porkies. So everyone it's all good. It's all good.
That latest thing, whatever it is that's holding it up, it will happen. Right, guys? It's the worst thing ever. I started this stream. I sat there. I said to Mummy earlier, because she knows I was sitting there refreshing it, and she went, "Oh, like so has it happened yet? Has it happened yet? Has it happened yet?" I was like, "No," and then it got to, because I said to her, I went, "Look, by 9 o'clock," I said, "I'm expecting to see it announced," and when it got to 9 o'clock, I said, "Look, it's not been announced." I said, "I don't know what I'm going to say to them, because everyone's going to go, why has it not been announced?" And we don't know. We're just going off what the media are saying. And the media are having us all on at the moment. Is the official statement from Daz out on the bench LFC and Jack Mack LFC.
So is it like your wife as well, mate? Like, I'm my mum. She's like, "Can you just stop hovering?" She's like, "Get out my way, get out my way." Where every man does it in the household. We just hover around the house, and it's like the annoyance of the females in the house. It's like, what are you doing? What was I say? But everyone, you'll get that. Put your notifications tab on Daz's channel anyway, so you know the drill. If a video pops up with Daz, it's usually very good. So stay tuned. So you know when an update comes out with Fekir. I'd love it if it was a double transfer scenes, if it is. Yeah. I'm just waiting to
I had this playing out in my head. I had it that like Fekir was sitting there or something like on his video, and all of a sudden Alisson jumps out and goes, "Oh, welcome to Liverpool, by the way, I'm already signed," or something like that. And I'd be like, "Whoa!"
So what shirts are you? It's like, I'm just talking in French. I don't know.
I can't even help you with a French lingo. I can't speak French, so I wish I could. We need to touch up on our French if we're going out there to bring Fekir back on.
I think I need to rewind back to year 9. I think I didn't really listen in French classes. I should have really done.
Mate, I need to rewind a lot, because going back to year 9 for me was like donkeys years ago. Like, I don't even remember year 9. I really don't. Zad says, "I talk French." Zad, you're officially hired to come on the trip. Yeah, you're going to be the translator for me and Jack Matt. We're going to go. All right.
And Daz can be my translator as well. So translating the Scouse into English.
Okay, so Zad is going to translate for both of us. I'm going to translate for you. This already sounds like a natural disaster, but one way or another, Fekir is coming back. Okay. Maverick says, "Hi chaps, what the Fekir has happened?" What the Fekir hasn't happened, Maverick.
That should be trending on Twitter anyway, yeah. But everyone, it should happen tomorrow. If it doesn't happen, stay calm. It very much will be done, because it's too much to talk about. The journos and the press have been speaking too much, and Daz has covered on his channel. It is happening, everyone. And if it doesn't, worst case scenario, if it doesn't happen, it's not the worst case scenario. Liverpool have got other targets, but medicals have been failed in the past. If you think about that anyway, but very much so. It's calm down, everyone.
Calm down, everyone. For anyone that's just joined, because people are still saying about this.
Go ahead. Do a recap if you want.
Anyone that wants to know where my head's at with it, it sounds very much what the journalists are saying. Like, the medical's been done. Yes, there was concerns over a knee, but it sounds like with a second opinion that was put to rest and the medical was completed. And then, it sounds like Leon holding off this being officially announced, whether it's for their stock market, whether it's for they want to wait until tomorrow because of the new season or financial, whatever it is. It sounds very much like Leon could be the ones holding it up. I just hope that Liverpool do not ever go into negotiations for another Leon player in my life, because as a YouTuber, I do not want to be updating people over a Leon player. If we're linked with any of them ever again, I'm not sourcing it. All right, Jack, you can be the main source for the next one.
Oh, God.
I'm not doing it. I'm allowed to say stock market. What's that, mate?
We'll give it to Ian here. At least we haven't got him. Oh, my God.
If it was Ian Air, then we wouldn't be updating anyway. It would have been failed a long time. We would have seen Ian Air come out by now saying, "We're really sorry, but for whatever reason, it hasn't happened."
He's still in Kiev trying to get the Conor Bianca deal sorted from about 5 years ago. He still hasn't done it.
Dave Mitch said the people are saying that the RMC tweet is fake. They can't find the original tweet on official RMC page. So that's very interesting there, Dave. I'll have a look once I get off the live stream, mate. For anyone that wants, the latest updates, the best place to follow is Twitter for me, because I'll retweet everything anyway. Obviously, I can't just go live on everything. But I'll have a look at that, guys. And I'll let you know what I make of it afterwards. Is there any other questions here? Have you guys got... We'd take one more question between me and Jack, Matt. I mean, I'll have to get off because I know my missus is dying to get in and watch Love Island, and obviously the TV's over there. So as much as I love talking about Liverpool and that, I also like my head, she will go mad if I continue. Next season's predictions, says Meady. Where do you see Liverpool finishing next year? Who's your top four next year, Jack?
I'll go with, I'd love us to win the league, but if it's not Liverpool, it's going to be Manchester City again, because the football in which they played this season, absolutely beautiful. It's a shame that we've seen it happen, but that points total in which they've won the league by, it's going to take a lot of a good going by Jurgen and the lads to even half that, but hopefully they can do it and City do get found out. So I'd go with Liverpool top, non-biased there. But Liverpool top, Man City second. United are always going to be there, annoyingly. I can see them getting in the top four. If not, hopefully give it 6 months, Mourinho's being sacked, because that'd be absolutely lovely. And there'd be a mass exodus of Man United. Arsenal, no, they need so much more. Chelsea, I think they will get fourth. Spurs, I think Harry Kane's going to be off. Dele Alli's going to be off. So always thought it'd be Liverpool first, United second, Chelsea third, and I think City. That top forward anyway. But Liverpool getting to the semi-finals. I think we're suited for European competitions, as we've seen the back end of last season, Champions League run. teams would be feared, would be seeded as well, which would be good in this season. Champions League, a lot easier pot. Not like any European teams easy, but we're suited. But we're going to get a trophy. I think Liverpool are definitely going to win something, and regardless if that's the Carling Cup or the Carabao Cup, or the FA Cup, a cup is a cup and a trophy is a trophy. Liverpool strive off winning trophies, and what any other fan says, it's only the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, tell them to get their trophy cabinets out, because we've won enough of them. So yeah.
Get your cabinets out for the lads.
You really have to go over to Stanley Park and just look at Everton's empty trophy cabinet, but
for me, I want to see us win some silverware, like you say, next year. We've got to. A lot of people ask me, if Klopp don't win silverware next year, should he go? My answer is no, but the overall thing that I say is, it's not just should Klopp win silverware next year, Liverpool need to win silverware next year. Definitely. It's been too long. We need to be back winning things. It's good to be winning any kind of silverware, because it gets your players used to winning again. It gets that winning mentality. And you can really start to kick on. I think that good run in the Champions League this year will give the players already at the squad belief that we can already do it, and then you add the quality players that we've done in this window, and hopefully we're going to be adding more. They're going to be like, wow, like we already did get to the final, let alone adding this quality. We should be going all the way out and winning it next year. But, for the top four, I think you're spot on. I think City is a tough task, because they smashed the league last year, and I see that Liverpool are going to be favourites to compete with City next year for the Premier League. I can't see why we're not. But City are very strong. Over a Premier League season, Liverpool have to be more consistent if they want to win it. And I think that there's players still in the team that need to be a bit more consistent. But hopefully with the new additions, that will help us anyway. So I'm hoping that we can win it next year. But I'm also looking at City and going, well, they're still really, really strong. That's other teams... Yeah, exactly. City are the benchmark. Everyone needs to look at City and go, we need to knock them off their perch. The other teams in the top four, you got your Man Uniteds that are going to spend big, Chelsea's, Spurs. They're all going to be in and around it. I think you might even see a random team in there, because I think next year there's going to be points dropped. A lot more points dropped, because a lot of teams are gonna strengthen here and there. But with the World Cup, Burnley. Burnley, that's who I've got in my head. But with the World Cup year as well, you've got to remember that players may be a little bit like at the beginning of the season. So I see points being dropped and thrown away at the beginning of the season, hoping Liverpool can kind of be like, yes, out the way, everyone. Let's get to the top of the table to start things off and carry on with how we start. I think. Go on, mate.
As I was saying, mate, just like if you do look at the players in which have been selected for international duty, I think obviously Man City have got the most going out to the World Cup. Liverpool have only got a couple of handful, I think about 8 or 7 around that time. So there's going to be a lot more players. Fabinho's not in the Germany's team then. In the Brazil team, he's not in that selection of group. Naby Keita as well. So there's going to be a lot of them that are going to be in at Anfield, Melwood, training, getting sorted the formations and all that. But it really, really will benefit Liverpool. They're going to get a whole pre-season under the belts, and obviously a couple of players coming back from injury as well. But I think they obviously, when the national team break has been sorted, usually do tend to give them a little break. But I think the beauty of us having more squad depth now, we won't necessarily miss one odd player if they are missing. We've got a squad capable of coping with the odd fixture here or there. But it's exciting, mate. I can't wait for the fixture announcement. I think that's very soon. I think that's coming out on the 10th of June or the 11th, around that time. So we'll find out who we are getting.
It's like I say, it's just exciting times, isn't it? In general, people are just saying here about Kane signing his new deal at Tottenham. So they haven't lost him, have they? So
It'll be gone. I know. Hopefully.
Jack's like, you've heard it here first. He will be gone anyway. Don't worry about it. Right, that's it from us tonight, guys. I want to say a massive shout out to Jack Mac LFC. If you don't watch him on YouTube, go and check out his channel. He's another quality YouTuber for Liverpool content. Massive thank you for coming on the show tonight. It wasn't planned, but it was amazing that I was able to get you on. That was brilliant.
Thank you very much, mate. I really do appreciate it.
You're welcome,
and you're doing amazing work. Absolutely love it. And everyone, if you're not subscribed to Daz, make sure you're subscribing. Anyway, but Daz has got a lot of great content coming up, especially in the transfer window, but all the way through the year. But nice one, mate. I've known Daz from. I knew he'd be big. He's gonna go very far as well. But I just love it. Just me, Daz. There's a lot of people out there that have got Liverpool channels, but it's great. Daz probably created his channel just so he can get his views out on Liverpool when we want to not rant, but when we've got something to say. Obviously a match result, but it is not on. We love more than talking about Liverpool Football Club, and it's great that we've got platforms really just to speak to fans. It's like being in the pub if you're speaking to your mates, but we've got a whole family to speak to on our channels, which is great. But nice one, everyone, for the support that you're giving Daz. Fully, very much deserved, and nice one for having us on tonight, mate.
No, you're very welcome, mate. Meady, it's Jack Mac LFC, mate. That's his channel. Very, very good channel. I recommend you guys check it out. Right. Thank you to everyone that did join live, and for those that have watched it back, as always, you're absolute nuts for watching my live streams right to the end. But I appreciate it. As
on that as well.
Yeah, get subtitles for Jack. Stick around on the channels for that tour. Me and Jack going over to France. That would be entertaining if we did do that. All right.
To Michael Edwards as well.
Yeah, you're right, mate. How are you doing?
It's all right. Like, I'm not the biggest anyway. I can fit into suitcases.
We'll squeeze you in a suitcase.
I could definitely get one, mate.
Thank you, Jack. All right, thank you everyone for joining. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. If there's any further updates, if all of a sudden for whatever reason Liverpool decide, boom, Nabil Fekir is going to be officially announced after midnight, if that was to happen, I would do a video, a live stream on it, of course, for you lot. But yeah, it could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be in 20 years' time. Who knows at this rate? But thank you to everyone that is sticking around with the updates. And me and Jack, no doubt, will do videos as soon as it comes out. All right. Yeah. Right, guys. As always, enjoy the rest of your evenings. I've been On The Bench LFC. That's been Jack Mac LFC.
See you later,
We've been legends. See you later. Take care, everyone. Yeah.